Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Age of Fear 2, 3 I should say, The Legend with me, Cornish-Knight, as we continue our Let's Play. Now, it's been a little bit of time. As I said previously, my computer died rather spectacularly on me, so it has left me having to build a new one, which is where we are now. So I'm using new capture software, a new operating system, a whole shebang, and we shall see how this goes. But first off, I wanted to show this alternative path you can take at the beginning of the at the end of the prologue that I said I was going to show you, and it requires you sacrificing Gilrock to the succubus like this. You basically have to march him forward. He's going to get his head kicked in, but it should be okay. We shall see how this goes. Repositioning. That peasant is doing a fantastic job of slowing down what I can do, and as you can see, the crystal at the back, the blue crystal on the platform at the back, actually is recharging the succubus. So come on, it shouldn't take too long to do it. Also, yes, if you press the I have tested it. If you press the space bar, your UI interface vanishes, so it's easier to see what's lying in the room. But yes, one thing I didn't realise at the time was that you don't lose. Well, I didn't realise it until I was informed of it. You don't lose units in the prologue section. So it allows you to get these bonus units without fear of problems. Now, the reason you can see the heart popping over some of the units here is because today is Valentine's Day, and as such it's triggering a very particular item called Red Rose or Valentine's Rose, maybe even called Lover's Rose, I'm not totally sure, but it has the charm effect on the character that it's equipped with, which I believe is Gilrock. So every time you see a little pink heart above someone's head, that's it. Come on. Come on. He's too tough for anyone to take. The Gilrock cannot be beaten. To be honest, it's pretty hard to lose these battles. You can just see it from here, it's just not easily done at all. Finally. Gilrock is dead. We're going to end the battle here, and you see the special unit. You do lose the XP and the treasure though.
The blade pierced its way through Gilrock's flesh. It was too soon to die, but it was too late to stop it. Gilrock stumbled back before falling. Not a sound escaped him.
Gilrock, my boy. Grandpa? Boy, did that pretty little girl just kick your booty? Yeah, but yeah, stammered Gilrock in confusion. Silence your weakling, roars the ghost. Let me teach you how it's done. Grandpa joins you. There we go. Got some nice items. Yeah, Valentine's Rose, that's the charm item. Here's the ghost. The ancestor of the dwarves people watch over the current generations. These heroes' roads are, if nothing else, disappointed in their children's accomplishments or lack thereof. So you get basically a ghost, your grandpa's ghost. He has a whole bunch of stuff, which is really cool. The only downside of doing that though is you have to lose that battle, so you don't get the experience, you don't get anything, and any loot or anything. But let's jump back into the campaign. to get some stuff. We've seen this before. The reason this is popping up again is because I did a technical error and I had to load a slightly earlier save. So we're just going to go through this dialogue quickly. This is Finn having problems with dealing with thieves and assassins. Got the rose. It was quite frustrating when I was using this on my laptop with my normal recording software. It was recording fine. For some reason it seems to have taken offence to the fact that I'm putting it back on my main PC, and so we're having to use a slightly different setup, which is why I'm doing post commentary. There is a reason that I'm not selling off the gold bars. If we can get 4 gold bars, we have a really cool item turns up. Really cool. But first we need to get those gold bars. Fire resistance, it's tempting, just because obviously I have a flamethrower unit, which means that I'd actually like him to be able to fire through my guys without him burning alive. Excellent. Into the main story quest we go. It's going to be a relatively short episode, just because I'm getting back into the flow of recording stuff.
We learned that Gilrock had gotten chased out of half the cities he'd been to so far this life. Not the most promising piece of information. He just kept saying that he and most dwarves didn't see eye to eye. We'll be fine now that we're in human lands, he'd say. We were starting to wonder what the hell we'd gotten ourselves into. Somewhere along the road between the human land and ours, we managed to find a tavern in a tiny village filled with travelers and the like. On the bright side, he clearly had a knack for sniffing out good ale. We'd passed up so many villages before he settled on this one with the lucky tavern that we thought his patience almost undwarven.
Dwarves do like their ale. Right, so where are we going to next step in your master plan then, Gil? Inquires Finn tiredly. The human lands lie ahead, declares Gilrock. They're pretty tolerant bunch. That's it, snorts Finn. The only thing left between you and your brother are a few humans. Gilrock shrugs. Not quite. Home squished between humans, orcs, and more dwarves. So a shortcut then, declares Finn. Aye lad, a shortcut. Finn sighs because this can't go wrong. Stop your bitching, declares Gilrock sharply. Tonight we're staying in a tavern.
Gilrock walked in the door and saw the kegs piled to the ceiling behind the bar. He gave the air a good sniff and declared, "This is where we're drinking, laddies. Never in me life had I had ale as good as this, lads. There was more of it than we could drink, of such quality that it makes everything we get here in the city taste like pissed-in creek water by comparison." The place was full of dwarves, humans, elves, even a couple orcs. Now orcs, those greenskins can drink, but don't exactly see eye to eye with the other folk, you know. One thing leads to another, and boom! Chairs go flying and everyone's throwing punches at each other. Truth be told, I don't even remember what we got to arguing about anymore.
Like most tavern brawls. We've got 800 gold. Let's see if there's any good items. Right, pick up the Ring of Strength for Gilrock so he's got a bit more attack. Because his attack actually is relatively unimpressive. Now the secret with the dwarves is that they can pop their ale in combat, which is very nice. So it gives them a slight health boost. Trevor necklace is useful. I find it more useful than the Amulet of Night for magic users. And I'm tempted to give him the Ring of Lightning, but both the Ring of Protection and the Ring of Scholar are really useful. Because he's got literally no defense and he's got little health, so I can't afford him getting whacked this early in the game. Plus there's a mechanic with Gilrock where you can bribe people with money, but you actually literally have to give them your gold, which sucks. I'm going to grab another dwarf marksman, well, musketeer. Give him fire increase his attack. I thought I gave him fire resistance, but obviously I thought I gave him an improved attack. And we're going to go straight into the battle. First up, let's see what the Tavern Keeper is. Just another bartender, infamous for tolerating no nonsense in his establishment. This particular Tavern Keeper is rumoured to be part orc, giving him the physical strength and unflinching personality to deal with ordinary orcs that wander in from the wilds. The life of an egg layer is tough. Your unborn babies are gorged on daily by adventurers and monsters alike. When the fray starts, chickens must be mindful to lay low flying fireballs. These have become the evening meal. Cluck, cluck, cluck. So we've got a chicken in this fight. It's got to be confused. It's got no melee attack and it's passive. Oh, that's a shame. I was sort of hoping that it was going to be like an attack chicken, like a drunken bar-induced chicken fight. Get everybody set up. My plan is to keep the flamers behind the people that got fire resistance, so we can just fire the flamer through them. They'll take a little bit of damage, but they'll be fine. And he hasn't got fire resistance, so we had to move him out of the way. Get that guy up. Get him up there. I mean, it's not the smartest tactic, to be honest, but yeah, it makes a better dwarven defensive line than having a gap where the flamer is standing. So let's start off this little mix-up. Yeah, I was looking for the Valentine's Rose. It's a passive. It's a passive item. Yeah, charm. So it's not going to have. I don't have the skill to charm stuff. It's just going to automatically do it. Barman lays in with punts to the Black Orc. They've got a pretty nasty actual grouping. We've got a shaman, a couple of netters, a bunch of orcs and the Black Orc. The coin icon you can see below my brew potion is the bribe. Is basically you can bribe units to join your army, but it costs a lot. So let's get a fireball off first. Did a little bit of damage and got rid of one of the goblins. Everyone became demoralised, which is always nice. Put a musket ball through the Black Orc's stomach. And we shall get this done. So the orcs are all going to start charging me, which is not a huge issue. They're probably going to kill off the barman, or at least knock the barman unconscious. Probably not the best idea to beat up the bloke who gives you your alcohol, because he'll probably stop giving you your alcohol. You can see all the charm effects going off. Yep, support the developers, folks, it's important. So let's... I was hoping fire resistance was going to do more damage, but let's do it. We'll give him more defensive against flame, but it takes a bit of damage and we flame some of them. He's got to drink his ale, so he's drunk now. We missed the Black Orc, which sucks. We'll get off another fireball. We killed off one orc, gouged the eye out of another one. Very nice. Missed him. Cracked eye across the head. We can do his power attack now, which has less chance to hit, but does double damage, so that kills him off. We just have to see what happens from here. He dispels the rest of my magic on my caster, which sucks. Ouch. Ooh, that's not good. He's in a bad state and I can't afford to lose any units, so he's gonna probably have to pull back and chug his healing potion. He takes a musket ball to the head and dies. He needs to fall back and heal. I mean, it's only a healing potion, they're not massively expensive. flame them. We can't get the one down there without hitting the other one. I keep trying to get a good angle, but it's not going to happen, I realise that. So, we just flame these two. Get that done. He takes a bit of damage. Move up to pin those two in place so they can't outflank. We've got to crack that guy over the head with our warhammer and kill him. The really interesting thing with warhammers is that even if they're wearing like full plate armor, warhammers still do a huge amount of... It's basically diffused blunt force trauma. It's the fact that you hit someone and the force of the impact will basically transfer from the moving object, which is the warhammer, into the person. So it's like being hit by a small moving vehicle. So you get a lot of penetrating blunt force trauma. It's really interesting. It's like, for example, if you have two knights, like two people are jousting and they're hitting each other, they're not hitting them. The force of the impact isn't them being you'd think like, oh, if someone's riding at you at 30 miles an hour, you're going to be hit by something at 30 miles an hour. It's not. It's your momentum, which is 30 miles an hour if you're jousting, with the other person's momentum, which is 30 miles an hour. So it's like being hit by a vehicle going at 60 miles an hour. It's pretty brutal, the impacts, and still really dangerous today. So let's see, we've got these guys pretty much broken. There's not really much to loot in here. Kill him off with a musket ball. Just beat down this bloke and try and get as much XP for my hero as I can, because he needs to level up. They patched the game after I played through the prequel, so it means that your normal units get XP for the basically the prologue missions. They didn't get any before, which means that my party is going to be slightly less powerful than you guys are. Which is a shame, but it means that you guys will get a slightly better advantage than I will. Ooh, we've got a gold bar, excellent. That means, oh, and we've got a quality greatsword. But that means we now have the 4 gold bars that we need for the special event, which is excellent. We just need the person to turn up that actually has it. Get Gilrock to kill off the shaman. And there we go, folks. I know it's a relatively short video, but just how it is at the moment.
So there we were, the last men standing, except 1 or 2 other hardy rogues. Well, the orcs ain't rightly men, more like beasts. There they were, grumpy and groveling, 'cause the boss of the place got fed up with their smashing and screaming. Now, the tavern keeper, a giant of a dwarf he was, seemed to know the orc chieftain by name. He kept screaming at him like a madman. The bloody beast just scoffed at him. Scoffed! Orcs don't scoff. No attempt to smash, scream, or kill. No, nothing. The beast turned to Gilrock, gave him a good shove, and that was it. If ever an orc were to show respect, that was probably what it'd look like.
There we go. Tavern Keep, Catshot. It's the PC from the last game. God damn it, I've told you once and told you 1,000 times. Stop making a mess of my bar. Fine, little dwarf, me outside. Gilrock wants to fight you. Let's get this done, folks. Don't know why it lags slightly like that. But hey ho. So we're fighting the previous main character from the Orc campaign. This is going to be interesting. He's probably just going to be just as nasty as I remember. But we'll take care of that next time. So we've got to save. And we shall pick this up in the next episode. as always, I hope you've enjoyed Age of Fear 3 with me, Cornish-Knight. If you have, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or leave a comment in the comment section. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.